History is rich in events, but there is one event which is exceptional, which is a watershed, and that is the Holocaust, where a cultured nation, in an organized manner, killed 6 million people because they were Jewish, including 1.5 million babies and children.
The Yad Vashem Holocaust Memorial Museum launched a new YouTube channel in Farsi, as well as an expanded version of its Farsi website.
Auschwitz-Birkenau بزرگترین مرکز کشتاری بود که نازی‌ها برپا نموده بودند.
The launch took place in advance of the International Day of Commemoration to honor the victims of the Holocaust. The Farsi channel joins Yad Vashem's other YouTube channels in English, Hebrew, Arabic, Russian, and Spanish.
What we suggest is that each of you will see the material, which is based on records, on photos, on registration, to understand what happened, and also to be able to tell your own children to beware, not to let history fall again to such a depth, to such a shame.
We want to put in the focus of that web, or that site, the personal story of the people who went through those awful experiences, the witnesses who are here with us this morning, and they were ready and generous to share with the world, actually, part of their stories, part of their testimonies. And this is the most important way to build this kind of trust and empathy with their story.
And it is very important for every human being to know what the facts were and leave the interpretations to them. But the most important thing is to show the realities that existed during the Shoah and during the Holocaust.
The target audience includes Farsi-speaking people throughout the world, but especially those living in Iran.
The importance is that they are informed about things that happened half a century ago without the censorship and indoctrination of their government.
Those elements within the Iranian people and society who are still free to get across and to watch the YouTube, and we know that they have a lot of interest to get this kind of information as part of their being, part of their connection with the free world, with the democratic world, and it brings a lot of strength to their own being.
What could, and do you expect maybe the Iranian regime could do against, actually, could they censor it? What could they be doing? What would you expect to happen now?
You see, the Iranians have access to very sophisticated technology in terms of putting barriers between, internet services out of Iran, including all kinds of communications, TV, radio, and so on. Most likely, the Iranian regime today will try to curtail and to put a barrier between what we are trying to do here at Yad Vashem and prevent this, site to go to the Iranian public.
And also the fact that it's open for talkbacks and video responses. We might see lots of anti-Semitism actually in this channel.
It's very possible. I mean, we have to expect, both positive responses and very, very negative and harsh responses because of the openness of this medium. So it is very, it makes a lot of sense that we will hear the spectrum, the wide spectrum of opinions that are, shared by the Iranians, both concerning Israel and, of course, Holocaust and the Jewish people and so on.
The initiators of the project hope it will counter Holocaust denial.
Their government is refusing to admit that the Shoah happened at all. And the new generation in Persia lives under this impression. And it's very important to give them the true story of the Holocaust.
The main effort of the Iranian government today, and especially since the election of Ahmadinejad, is to show that the only reason that Israel exists is because of the Shoah and the Holocaust. and that it was a Western conspiracy to impose on the Middle East and on the Islamic world a solution that is not acceptable to the Islamic world. Therefore, if you can prove objectively that the Holocaust and the sufferings of the Jews during the war didn't happen and didn't occur, therefore there is no justification for the state of Israel, and this is part of a larger ideological effort on the part of the Iranian government to jeopardize and to threaten Israel.